Okay, we're here for another decorate instead of renovate because of course she lives right next door to her daughter and she has to have a cute house too. So that's what we're doing today. Let's get started. This family was going to paint these cabinets. They'd gotten a quote for $7,000 to paint them. But then I came to Melissa's place. This is Michelle, and she's the mom of Melissa. We did her makeover a few weeks ago. And after that room was done, then you were thinking, maybe I should come over here.
Yeah. I think kind of our style was minimalist and there wasn't much as far as pictures or anything, but I do like a cozy atmosphere.
Yeah.
So when we saw Melissa's makeover, that's really nice.
Yeah.
We like to do that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay, so we're going to make over the room and then you can decide what would have been better, painting the cabinets or the makeover, so we never want to leave. Yay. Let's get started. I think it's a wrap. I think it's a wrap. What do you think?
Good.
It's good. Let's wrap it up and take it to the front. Okay, welcome back. We are finished our one-day makeover. We started at 10 a.m. We finished at 3 o'clock. And I came back where it's a little bit brighter today. And today we're going to be talking about how my client got a quote for cabinets, $7,000 to paint her cabinet. But I decorated the room that they spend all their time in instead. And I'm going to walk you through why we did what we did and why it worked. So first of all, let's just talk about the vignette in the kitchen. All we did, because this end of the kitchen is a major focal point, right? And so we found a piece of art that picks up the colors in the kitchen. And then everybody needs a fruit bowl for your bananas and avocados. And then a little floral. Now she's got under cabinet lighting, so she did not need a lamp here. So instead we put a lamp right here, which actually provides a great little glow in the evening here when we are sitting in the kitchen dining area. Here are the 3 ways to decorate a neutral room. So because this room had a lot of brown furniture already, we did not add a color because you can't just take your neutral sofa and throw some hot pink pillows on it because it doesn't really feel like a designer was there. So in order to take a color and introduce that in this room, because we couldn't introduce it in the furniture because they already had the furniture, we would need to paint the walls a color. So instead, we went with a beautiful neutral creams and whites, pink beiges. This was the room that had a yellow beige that was a little bit too clean. So we repainted it a beautiful pink beige color. So now it just kind of feels like the sun is setting in this living room at all times. And just adds so much warmth. Beige is back. So it's absolutely perfect that she has all this brown furniture because in actual fact, brown is back. So here's what we did. Here are the 3 things that every neutral room needs. Number 1, we need texture. So you'll notice that I have this great fuzzy throw here. We have these lamps that have some texture and wave. The second thing that a neutral room needs is interesting shapes. And that's why we introduced this little mirror here. I love this dog. It just makes the room, this room feel like, I don't know, it gives it a Ralph Lauren vibe along with the horses over there. Basically, this is how the room started, okay? We found the magical fairy tree. This could be a place where you park your troubles at night when you sit down. And I like this because it picked up the color of the walls and repeats the brown of the sofa. And then we just added the other pieces to it. And then I love the dog with this mountain view right above the dog because it kind of finishes this corner, right? And then we found this great little textured piece that picks up the textured white lamp, and it just draws the eye, and now we don't notice the air conditioner here. The other thing you need is contrast, so you need a balance of light and dark. So you'll see that on this dark coffee table, I put a white tray on it, right? And then a brown book with a white book underneath it. We have this great little candle because every vignette needs books, flowers, and candles. That's kind of the basics of a vignette. Not like you have to have that in every vignette, but on a coffee table, it's usually a really good formula. And here's the other thing. When you're shopping for accessories, you'll see that I'm always magically pulling out the right accessories if you've been watching my YouTube channel, but that's because I've been doing this for 25 years. So what you should do is you should come home with twice as many accessories as you think that you might need, because I never know, I have a vague idea of where things are gonna go, but when I get back into the space, it always changes, like everything kind of moves around. Like I picked up this great little marble tray. So the reason why I chose these coppery tones was because I started to introduce copper into the room because we have it here. We also picked it up in the interesting mirror and also in the frame. So suddenly this kind of sort of coppery orange hue added another level of dimension and accidentally repeats her orange floors, which is absolutely perfect. Then we got this great little throw from one of her travels, and one way to break up a heavy dark piece of furniture is just to put like an actual throw around it right in the middle. It kind of just makes it look a little lighter and more interesting. So there it is. Michelle, come on in. Here she is. Here she is. This is Michelle. So everybody was here last night.
Oh yeah, they loved it. Yep,
they loved it.
Everybody's looking around. Did you have that? You didn't have that. Wow, look at this. No,
super fun.
So well.
Yeah.
Beautiful and cozy.
Yeah. So what would you rather have? A painted kitchen or a living room that looks like this?
This is it.
That's right.
This is it.
That's awesome. All right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.